I wish it was Christmas today. I wish it was Christmas today.
Christmas every day. Christmas every day. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody from Gallatin, Tennessee. Welcome to Christmas Every Day. This is the podcast that keeps the spirit of Christmas alive all year long. My name is Troy, and I'm your host. So, recently I had an idea, and my idea was to create the perfect Christmas town. And we've all seen those perfect little cities and towns in the Hallmark movies and in other different Christmas movies and Christmas specials. So I decided to create my own Christmas town. And when I started thinking about how my perfect Christmas town was going to look, there were a couple of questions that came to mind. And, you know, the biggest one obviously was, what's the location? Where is this? Is it in the country? Is it close to a beach? Is it a ski town? Is it in the mountains? Is this a city like New York City? Another question I had was, is it going to be a larger city or a smaller town? How many people live there? That's pretty important. What's the area like around the town or the city or whatever? And maybe most importantly, what is the name of the city going to be? And I made a couple of executive decisions, and I decided that my Christmas town was going to be a small town in the mountains. More specifically, the mountains of North Georgia. I mean, come on. That's where a lot of the Hallmark movies were filmed, is in North Georgia. And so it just made a little bit of sense to me. And I figured it's going to be a smaller town, because who doesn't love a small town Christmas? And there are roughly about 5,000 or so residents because, you know, somebody has to keep all of those bakeries and, you know, the coffee shops. Got to keep them in business. And the name of my Christmas town, well, that's Pine Tree Valley. No, it isn't exactly Christmassy, but in my mind, it still works rather well. So let's imagine that we're flying over Pine Tree Valley on a crisp December morning. And as the fog begins to lift, we can see County Road 6, also known as Pine Tree Valley Highway, running west to east through town. State Route 9 runs north and south through town also. Together, they form a perfect plus sign in the middle, where a roundabout circles a gazebo and connects the two highways. Everything in Pine Tree Valley just sort of seems to radiate outward from that gazebo, and it's lit up with Christmas lights every holiday season. 1 block north, south, east, and west of the gazebo, 4 streets outline what everybody simply calls the town square. Woods and farmland become the norm outside the city limits in each direction after a few miles or so, and the nearest town is roughly 7 miles away or so going south on State Route 9. On the way to that little town, a few miles south of town, sits a road that nobody ever goes down. Only a few people in town remember the name of that road, and no one will go down it after dark. But that's a story for another time. Now, for 1 mile east and west from the middle of town, County Road 6 goes by the name of Main Street. Sidewalks follow Main Street all the way to the edge of town, where Pine Tree Valley Highway takes over, and the lampposts are adorned with decorations that we'll talk about in greater detail later. A quarter mile outside of town on the east side of Main Street, a covered bridge spans Silver Creek, which acts as a natural lazy river that the locals love to use in the summertime. Silver Creek flows southward from Pine Lake. Now, Pine Lake is the favorite fishing hole of the locals, and it also doubles up as the skating rink each holiday season. When it's cold enough for the lake to freeze, that is. And it's said to have gotten its name from the way the reflection of the trees shimmered like silver on the water at sundown after a new snowfall. Well, it's all coming together. In the next episode, we're going to park the car, stretch our legs, and we're going to take a look at Main Street. So thank you, everybody, for checking out. Welcome to Pine Tree Valley. And until the next episode, from our house to yours, Merry Christmas.